Good morning, YouTubers. It is my Big D coming to you live and in person again. I'm here at a pilot in Pennsylvania. Been here for a couple days. Had a nice load from Oklahoma out here, and freight's dead. Yep. And what I'm going to talk about today is something most people don't like to hear. You see, everybody wants to hear the good about this job, the lifestyle, which is it's a lifestyle. What you're going to give up. I mean, look, you have a good family life. To make money, you're going to have to be away from home a lot. Okay? So therefore, you're going to basically have to sacrifice and away time. That's just the way it goes. So, if you got small kids growing up and everything, it may not be the job for you because you want to be at home to see your kids grow up. But the other thing is that the part no one likes to talk about is the roughly almost 90% failure rate. Yeah, I said it, almost 90%. The exodus going on now looks like a sale at Kmart with a blue light on, and everybody's running the blue light out the door. It's in the parking lot. It's bad because freight's down, and when freight goes down, people get out of the business. It's just that simple. They can't afford to be out here. They come out here under-invested anyway. And then this happens, and then they got to pay bills, and then they got to repair their vehicles, and there's no money. They didn't put it aside. Which is why I'm always harping, get a emergency fund. Okay? Get yourself as far out of debt as you can. You stand a better chance. But the reality is, almost 90% of you will not make it. That's the long and short of it. So before you go out and buy a $40,000 van, $30,000 van, I'd advise you to buy a used one that's low miles and come out with that for in the 20s. But if you're going to do it and you do it, realize that, the success rate is not very high. And the reason it's not really high is because people don't listen. We give advice, like, for instance, I made a move yesterday. I pull in, the guy in front of me's 100 miles away. We're outside of Philly, and it's not a great freight area. So, maybe for some people, it is not for us because of cheap freight. And he's been sitting for 75 hours. I know one of our drivers has been sitting since Thursday. So, they basically are sitting, and I'm sitting below him. I just dropped off. So I got a guy within an hour from me that's basically going to get anything out of that area before I will. So I waited all day because there was bidding going on. We just weren't winning any of the stuff. And I relocated over towards Harrisburg. It's not the greatest place in the world to go, but hey, I'm pushing myself westward. Why? Well, if I get something within 20, 30 miles of here, if it's time crunched, I'm going to get it. If it's west of me or south of me, I'm going to get it on time. So what I've done is I've positioned myself in an area that I cut off half of his territory, and I get all this. Instead of just him being on top of me, I'm crunching the numbers game. In other words, I'm putting myself in position. I have opportunities for more freight. And that's what we try to teach. In other words, look at a map. I'm here. This is here. This is where they're going to cover. I'm going to be straddled here. Move away. Drive 85 miles. And get yourself some distance so that if it's a load here in this area, it comes up and it has to be picked up quickly, I get it. And that's what we call repositioning. We try to harp this stuff, teach you this stuff. Repositioning is critical because why? Well, a lot of people just pull in and sit someplace and think, well, I'm going to get a load out of here. If it was only that easy. And the people who succeed learn by asking your dispatchers where everybody is and what position you're in. I've got 3 people in front of me. Oh, great. I'm in a bad area. Perfect. I'm going to relocate. Why? I'm going to go somewhere I think I got a better chance. Does it always work? Absolutely not. But the odds of you getting that freight go up. And that's all you're doing, playing the odds. So repositioning yourself is critical. I've actually driven 700 miles to reposition myself before. Yeah. But, I made good money going into a long run. You go in, you make 1,500-1,600 bucks. I can spend $100 to get out of there, actually 80, to get 700 miles away, to be in a better position to get freight. Or I can sit in this place all freaking week like Laredo instead of moving away from it. Because I'm going to be 4th, 5th out. It's just stupid. I'm going to get as far away from there as I can, because you can wait and, by the end of the week, you're out. This week, I picked up Friday, got over here, I've got roughly 1,300 miles. It's not fantastic, but I got the weekend home, so I left out Sunday afternoon to come over, and I drove Friday from over in Oklahoma, around Oklahoma City over here, and dropped off early Monday morning. And I've been sitting since 6:30 yesterday morning, so I'm over 24 hours now. So I'm probably pushing 31 hours of sitting, and who knows if I'm gonna get out of here today. So I've saw straight trucks have been sitting here since Thursday, so that's never a good sign. But also I looked and checked out the load one load board, and I had 22 vans over that way towards Philly, and I have 3 over here. So the numbers game works better. Now, it doesn't show every van here, of course, just those on Selectus, but my odds van-wise are lower, and I'm covering a little more piece of turf, which gives me a better odds, so if something comes there, I get it. And that's critical in success out here, especially during slow times. You have to make good decisions, okay? People like to tell you the good, the bad, or the good, and this is great, and sunshine and butterfly kisses. This job isn't like that, folks. It's a lifestyle you better like living in your van, and, it's warm today, so I got the windows open. Last night I got a little cool. I turned the heater on. The diesel heater comes in real handy when it's cold. And made it nice and warm and went to sleep. So, repositioning, critical. Now, it does cost you, but are you willing to spend $30, $40 to make $800? That's the question you got to ask yourself. You will eventually get out of there. How long is it going to take you, though? If you sit there for a week, you could have had, you talking, say, $100 in gas, but in that week's time, you'd have got, a couple more loads, say 1,200 miles. You'd have made yourself roughly $1,100 or so, $1,100. You basically saved $100 and lost over $1,000. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Do we like doing this? No. But it's going to happen. You're going to have to learn to reposition. And that's why I'm talking today about reposition. I've done it. We're going to see what happens. Who knows? Could be the biggest screw up in expediting history doing this. Because freight's really not moving that well here either, but it's really not moving that well back there either. So, hey, I'm hedging my bet. I'm pushing myself a little distance away from our other driver. I'm putting myself in a position where I might actually get something. Doesn't mean I will. So my next video, I will tell you whether or not it worked. If it works 80% of the time, you succeeded. But like I said, just remember, when you come out here, almost 90% of the people fail. And one of the biggest reasons they fail is lack of repositioning. You've got to sometimes chase the freight. And that's what we do. So until later, Big D, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, share it to someone you don't like. Hey, I don't mind. Leave comments below, ask questions, share the hell out of the video, don't mind. I just want people to know what really goes on out here. And like I said before, don't listen to people who don't make money in this job tell you how to do it. Talk to people who do. I recommend everything Apex all the time. If you're going into straight trucks, Crafty Truckers. If you're, Duncan, he goes up to Canada. He's a Canadian guy. What is his name? See, everything Apex. Then there's Crafty Truckers. I can't think of his page name. That's terrible. But Duncan has one. I'll get it on next time, so Duncan gets a shout out. Uh, you know, Bubba Lubbock does one. He's fun to watch. I mean, nothing else is humorous. I mean, it's good entertainment. But, those are people you can watch. Everybody wants to do a video on how to do the job. Most of them are new. Surprisingly, a lot of them are new at the job. And some of them have never made money at the job, and they're telling you how not to make money. I'm trying to educate you before you get your butt out here, how to maximize your chances of success so you don't become another stat. I'm not out here, like I said, running around the Taco Bell, standing on the table going, have you heard of expediting? Have you seen the power of expediting? You need to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. You need to be an expediter. Come on up here. Stop flipping those burgers. Yeah, you back there flipping those burgers. Get up here. Let me tell you about expediting. It's not what I'm doing. If you're coming out here, I want you educated. Why? Because it's better for all of us, because you come out here and start taking cheap freight. And we'll go over that later too. All you do is drop the rates for everybody. It cascades. We don't need you doing that. You're going to go out of business quick. It's going to drive the rates down, and we're going to suffer with it. I want people to know how to do the job. Knowledge is power. I prefer to see you succeed than fail. So, keeping that in mind, I'm out of here. Like and subscribe. Share it. If you don't like the person, share it to them anyway. I don't mind. I'm just not that proud. Talk at you later.